Brooklyn Independent Television.
It's Women's History Month, and next up, Uche Abanobi introduces us to a woman who uses crowdsourcing to end street harassment. And yes, there's an app for that.
The subway is particularly scary because you're in a closed environment. So a lot of times you're locked in that train with the person who may be doing whatever they're doing, and it can be all hours of the night. And it's very hard to escape that and to avoid harassment.
My name is Emily May, and I'm Executive Director of Hollaback. Hollaback is an international movement to address street harassment. So we try and fight street harassment by empowering local leaders to address it in their own communities and through using mobile technology and new media. So we wanted to create a real-time response to street harassment. And so to do that, we launched 2 smartphone apps, an iPhone app and a Droid app. And what those do is that when you're harassed in the moment, you can pull out your cell phone and report it.
So can you explain to me how the app works on your iPhone?
Sure. So when you're street harassed, what you do is you open up your phone here and you go to the Hollaback icon. And then a screen pops up that says get ready to holla back, and from there you have the option to holla back with a photo or without a photo, and it's your choice. Sometimes taking a photo can be really empowering and can be another way to tell the story, but it's certainly not required. And some people take photos of the ground or their shoes. It doesn't necessarily have to be of the street harassment itself. So I'm going to pick without photo, and from there we go to harassment type. So was it verbal, flashing, groping, assault, or other? So I'm going to say it was verbal, and then that's it. It says congratulations, you holla back.
So has there been a lot of reports in public places like parks or places where people tend to gather?
Yeah, we see reports from everywhere where people are outside, and parks are just another one of those places. And specific to parks, we hear a lot of reports from women who go out running, and harassed while they're running, which can be very scary. And a number of women have just stopped running outside and are only running on treadmills. Harassment in public space is really scary because it's anonymous. Harassment happens in all areas of our life, but it's anonymous in public space, and people don't know what to do or where to turn, and so they tend to just be silenced by it and to keep going because they have no other response. And I think that mobile technology has given us a new opportunity to be able to address street harassment, because now we're not alone, right? We're able to tell our stories wherever we are, and we're able to be part of a broader community that thinks this isn't okay.
When we started Hollaback, I was getting street harassed 3 or 4 times a day, and it was everything from hey baby, to I want to bleep you in your bleep, to being stalked, having people walk right behind me and telling me they want to bleep me in my bleep. It was this whole huge range of things.
I guess we've all experienced some type of harassment, whether it be mild or extreme, at some point of their life. And how I deal with it is I, ignore it. At one point in time, couldn't ignore it too hard because I started getting snowballs thrown at me for not even, stopping and speaking to an individual. So it's kind of, it's a catch-22. Either you respond or you walk away, but still, you can't get around it.
Well, just on the train, name calling when I was younger, no big deal. I just brushed it off. I know everybody had their own issues and problems, so I didn't, make a big deal about it.
One day I was on the train, and this guy sat down next to me and tried to strike up a conversation. And he tried to ask me out, and I told him that I was married and I wasn't interested. And he kept, insist upon, and then he got off at the train stop where I was getting off at, and he followed me like 3 blocks. And when he saw that I was meeting up with my husband, he turned around and he left.
To women who are being street harassed, my #1 advice is to visit our site at ihollaback.org to check out the resources that are available. There's self-defense classes that are here in New York City. There are free rides home that are here in New York City. And to really explore, the options to keep yourself safe, but most importantly, to come forward and to boldly tell your stories.
Download this program's podcast on iTunes. Keywords Brooklyn Independent Television.